In this video, we are going to talk about subtracting fractions. So at this point, because we've been practicing quite a bit with changing the denominators to find a common denominator, I am going to go a little bit more quickly. But you can feel free to pause this video or rewatch it at any time. So first I'm going to look to my denominators. I have an 8 and I have a 3. And I'm going to ask myself, what can I do to to find a common multiple between 8 and 3? So first I'm going to look at 3. And I'm going to just take a quick look across all the way. Then I'm going to go down to 8. And as I'm looking at 8, I'm going to ask myself, what numbers do I see in the 3 column or the 3 row that are also in the 8 row? So I'm going to start looking. And I see that they both share a 24. So now I know that my common denominator is going to be 24. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to ask myself, what did I multiply 8 by to turn it into a 24? I'm just going to look straight up here, and I'm going to see, oh, it was a 3, because 8 times 3 equals 24. So because I multiplied 8 times 3 to get 24, I know that what I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So that lets me know that I also need to do 9 times 3. And 9 times 3 is 9. So now I am done with this problem, or not this problem, this fraction. And I'm going to look over to 1/3. So now I'm going to ask myself again, what did I do to this 3 to turn it into a 24? I'm going to look at my 3 row right here. I'm going to go up, and I'm going to see I have an 8. That means that 3 times 8 equals 24. So I need to multiply 3 times 8 to get 24. And then now I also remember that because I multiplied the denominator by 8, I also have to multiply the numerator by 8. And 1 times 8 is 8. So now I have my two equivalent fractions. They both have the same denominator, so all I have to do next is I have to subtract. So when I subtract fractions, my denominator is going to stay the same. And then all I have to do is do 9 minus 8, which gives me 1. So this means that 3/8 minus 1/3 is equal to 1/24. And I was able to solve that by making 3/8 into the equivalent fraction of 9/24 and 1/3 into the equivalent fraction of 8/24. And then once I did that, all I had to do was subtract.